Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Let's just hop right into this. Actually, let me refresh. There we go. Had to refresh the page. It wasn't fully loaded. But again, let's just hop into this with our 500 millibar chart. And right off the bat, we have a little shortwave trough little guy here that is off to our southwest that is going to be moving up towards our area. And this evening, into through the overnight hours, this is going to bring some precipitation, likely in the form of rain, to our area. And then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, that moves right overhead, and then immediately behind it, we have a much larger, broad trough. It's not even that broad. It's just much larger and more broad compared to the small little guy ahead of it. But this thing is almost immediately we're going to start feeling impact from this guy too. Now, both of these guys, the little guy and the big guy, are going to be responsible for severe weather elsewhere. Now, this last frame here is Friday morning, 7 a.m., so we're probably going to be dealing with a lot of precipitation through the given forecast period. Going down to the 700 millibar level, which is a little bit closer to the surface, it's a little hard to see, but you can see our little guy kind of making its way along here. Really, you can really see little guy show up closer towards tomorrow morning. But really, little guy doesn't show up that much, but big guy is very evident once you look out to the west. So big guy is coming in, saying hi, and yeah, it's just precipitation. That's really all I gotta say. It really looks like there is a lot of forcing for ascent. We go to the 850 millibar level just to kind of make sure there's not any discrepancies or anything else we could be missing, and it all looks much of the same. Oh, a nice low-level jet develops as we head into Friday in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas area. That is certainly something to keep an eye on. Not necessarily for us. I mean, potentially as it moves on, but there is a severe weather threat that exists in that region tomorrow, particularly tomorrow evening into Friday morning, and that low-level jet really starts to tick up late tomorrow evening, which could really enhance that severe weather threat down there. So that is interesting to note, in my opinion, at least. Now we are down at the surface. Let's just head through this evening. Nothing a whole lot evident. We head through into tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. It looks like temperatures here, and I'm just like taking a broad look, are very stable. That warm air is something is really preventing it from rising up towards our area. You can see there are some southerlies that are pushing up that warm air, but it looks like we also have some easterlies here that are potentially stalling out that front. So probably a stationary front draped across that area. But as that big trough moves in the later portion of the period, you can start to see a low pressure center consolidating over Kansas there, and that should really help start to push that warmer air up into our area. So tomorrow may not be as warm as previously expected, and may actually be even a little bit cooler than today. But once we head into the weekend, then we will really actually start to feel those warmer temperatures move in. Speaking of, why don't we zoom in and actually take a look at our highs and lows? A closer look, I should say. And here, we're sitting right around the mid 40s, and we may get close to 50 actually today. Things will cool off this evening and into the overnight. And it looks like we should get down to the upper 30s, and then we just hang around there for the most part. Even into tomorrow afternoon, we may get into the 40s, low 40s, but we really don't warm much. And part of my guess for that would be, first of all, the stationary front that is not able to push northward and bring that warm air up. But also, I think the cloud cover from the rain is going to prevent daytime heating from really getting those temperatures up. So that's probably why the temperature is just going to be stable. And the rain's going to have a cooling effect too. So that's really, I think, is what's keeping those temperatures that stable. But again, I do believe that as we head into Friday, we will start to see those warmer temperatures make their way up into our area. So tomorrow night, again, those temperatures do remain stable. So while temperatures should be pretty warm today, they'll drop into the upper 30s, low 40s tomorrow and pretty much remain stable there all the way into Friday morning. Now let's actually take a look at that precipitation. As we go through time here, we're still dry as we head around 7 p.m. But as we get a little bit later into the evening and overnight, we do have some rain starting to move into the area. It's not constant or a ton at first. You can see, even by 7 a.m., there's still some rain in the area, but we're kind of in a clear gap in terms of just the whole rain system as a whole. But of course, we do fill in as we start to head into early, very late morning into the, or did I say very late early morning? Very late morning into the very early afternoon. That really starts to fill in, and it will hang around pretty much until evening time. Now that's only going to be the first round of rain. It does look like we clear up and dry up a bit as we head into Friday morning, but there is more rain coming on Friday, so that is something to keep in mind. It will not be a super constant rain from tonight all the way to Friday morning, but it will be pretty constant through several hours tomorrow. Again, particularly in the early afternoon. Now, I meant to bring this up earlier, but we are still expecting warmer temperatures largely through the weekend and into the early part of next week. Of course, tomorrow is the exception with that stalled out frontal boundary and the constant cloud cover and rain. But things, again, should certainly warm up as we head into Friday. We're still looking at mid 60s. Same with Saturday. Sunday does tick down just a little bit, but we're still looking at upper 50s to low 60s. And then Monday, we're still looking at high 60s, perhaps even into the 70s. Same story with Tuesday. And then Wednesday is when it could possibly start to drop off again. And yes, we are still looking at getting a considerable amount of rain through the, pretty much for a good portion of when it is warm. Now we'll take a look at wind, and it remains pretty much largely unchanged from when we last looked at it. Very calm through the entire forecast period. There's little bits where it ticks up just a little, but from now all the way until Friday morning, the wind looks to remain calm. Now, if we take a look at our wind gusts, it appears to be largely the same story. We maybe get some stronger gusts tomorrow evening, perhaps up to 15 miles per hour. But even then, that's not bad at all when your strongest gusts are 15 miles per hour. Yeah, that's a pretty calm period. And again, those will actually start to calm down as we head into Friday morning. So, still a relatively calm period when it comes to wind. Last but not least, we will get into cloud cover, and while right now it is beautifully sunny, maybe only some slight hints of clouds in the sky, unfortunately, that will not last too much longer. It will last for the next few hours, although the cloud coverage will gradually increase. By evening, we will be mostly cloudy, and we will remain mostly to completely cloudy overnight and into tomorrow morning and through much of tomorrow. Now, at some points, not really. Tomorrow night, we remain pretty much completely cloudy as well. And same as into Friday morning. So there may be some small, tiny gaps somewhere mixed in there tomorrow and into Friday morning where maybe you have like 90% cloud cover instead of 100. But yeah, it's going to be cloudy. That's not a surprise given that we were talking about rain and that those temperatures really weren't warming up at all tomorrow. But yeah, it's going to be cloudy. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.